You can blame K-Mega 405, you can blame BGST, Randar Thor, Dealer, Kid Smooth, in any pro Xbox channel. All you want to say that they're the start of this console war. When right there, what you're looking at, people like Jed Whitaker, people like Alex Kranz, Jason Schreier. These are the people that are the ones that has produced this console war. They're the ones that keep this going. These are the ones that have been bringing up these number games, been talking about whatever purchase that you have with an Xbox, it's absolutely ridiculous. You're a fool for buying one, making people feel insignificant because they have bought a product that they liked. They liked what they seen. They liked the games that was presented. That's journalism? That's gaming journalism now? Is that actually professional? No. And then for some of these guys to come out and call people losers and get upset because people like Randall Thor calls them out and tells the truth, that's the problem that we're having in gaming. Look, you could be a PlayStation fan. Nobody's telling you you shouldn't. But when you are a journalist, you are supposed to be objective. You are supposed to tell the truth. You can't have articles talking about Game Pass and then bring up a whole bunch of shit about, the Xbox game lineup at the beginning of the year. You can't talk about Nintendo winning MPDs, but instead of talking about Nintendo winning MPDs in the first paragraph, you talk about how PlayStation is still dominating in console sales. That's absolutely ridiculous. PlayStation and Xbox had to take their L. Nintendo has won those MPDs. Just like Xbox won those months, Nintendo and PlayStation had to take their L. There can only be one. And for all the months that the PlayStation has won, Xbox and Nintendo had to take their L's. So, when you want to be objective, that means that you're doing your job right, properly. But when you want to interject your thought process on others, that's when this becomes toxic. Like I said, if you're an Xbox fan, if you're a PlayStation fan, that's fine. But what I can't stand is that when people were talking about games in the beginning of this generation, that was supposed to be overlooked because resolution and power was the big thing. So Xbox has listened to the gaming public and is bringing out the most powerful console, as we know. And now we're talking about games because PlayStation brought out 90% of their delayed games out this year. Now, will this continue to happen? Who knows? They have a lot of money that they've been putting into these marketing deals. They're talking about cutting back on indies. So maybe they over here got to cut all these costs because they're about to work on this PlayStation 5 or have been working on the PS5. But the fact of it is that nobody is denying that the PlayStation has won this generation, but there's competition there. Nintendo can get a couple of passes, but Xbox can't get anything. Games like Quantum Break, Sunset Overdrive, Record, they could be successful hits last gen because journalists were being journalists. They were telling the truth. It's not like that now. It's definitely not like that now. And so what do we do about it? Well, then that's where we come in. The people that supposedly now are the toxic ones, the BGSTs, the Intro Media Gamings, the people out here that's standing up for the Xbox brand because we appreciate what Phil Spencer and what they do and what Xbox does. I mean, we have been fans for ever since the OG Xbox, or maybe you just now got you an Xbox One and first time you played any Xbox system. But you shouldn't feel like you burdened yourself by spending your hard-earned dollars on buying whatever preferred console you like. So why is it that since I purchased an Xbox that I have to feel like it's inadequate? And how is it that we're portrayed as being part of the crumb side when most of us owns all these consoles and we show gameplay? from Xbox, from PlayStation, from PC, even some older Nintendo stuff, and I'm finna get the Switch. But then yet your favorite YouTubers out there don't even own all the systems, and they can even talk about games but don't show no damn gameplay. These fraudulent journalists want to use numbers and analytics and not talk about the true criticism. There's a lot of PlayStation fans that just don't like criticism. When you talk about that 60 million base and that you generate 1.5, 3.5, yeah, that generates money, but damn, that is not a lot of sales when you have so many people out there with that system. That's all that we're saying, you know. And if you can't accept that criticism, just like you talk about a certain game and say it's niche, and people tend to take that word as that it's bad or something. As long as the game is good, then that's all should matter. If somebody, like I've got a lot of insults talking about Halo 5 and others, they must be niched in by what I've been saying. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. It doesn't bother me. You guys got to get out of your feelings and really try to come to a understanding that, look, your system is not perfect. Just because the sales numbers are great doesn't mean that the system is not flawed. It's just an actual fact. So until we get to that point, then we're always going to have this console war issue. And the main factors behind it is the people that write these articles that keeps this shit going. But I definitely like to hear your thoughts. Have a good one. Peace.
Getting back on track.